Welcome to another video here on my channel. My name is Lydia Wilmsen. I'm a mindset and life coach for successful entrepreneurs and C-suite leaders. And on my channel, I talk about the topics of mindset, of manifestation and conscious creation, and about business strategy. And today's topic is how you manifest through the path of least resistance. What does it mean? How does it work? And of course, I have another success story for you today. So the path of least resistance. I already explained how we create our reality. We make a decision. What do you want to experience? Then you think from that person who has it already. And you act as the person who has it already. You embody that version of the you, of the I am, who already has what you desire. It's very simple. For the most people, it's not necessarily easy. This is why you can listen to content from me here. That is why you can book me if you want as a coach, as a mentor. This is why you can join my mastermind to basically stay in this energy all the time. If you want to, you don't have to, it's a choice. And yeah, it is very simple, as I just said. And what do we mean now with path of least resistance? So when we go to the second step, to thinking from being that person already, I usually have to change my assumptions about myself. I have a desire, and having a desire means I am not having it right now. I am looking at my reality and let's take ice cream. I want ice cream now. I feel like having ice cream. I feel like that. It's a desire because I am not having it at the moment. I don't have ice cream here. This is why I want it. So desires are what leads us through our existence, through our life. They are beautiful. Desires basically help us to see what we want, go after the achievement, and then once we have it, the desire is gone. After I just had ice cream, I'm done. I don't want more ice cream. Like, I just had my ice cream. And while I'm having ice cream, I'm also not thinking like, I want ice cream, because I'm having it in that moment. And this is the state that you want to get to, the place of having it. So when it comes to big desires, we usually also hold resistance. We hold limiting beliefs about ourselves, why we don't have it yet. So these things that are easy to accomplish. So for example, for me, like wanting to have ice cream, okay, I can just go buy some, that's it, done. I don't hold a lot of resistance. So if I really wanted ice cream, I would have that in 10 minutes. Or perhaps we even have something in the fridge, I'm not sure. So when it comes to bigger desires for people, things that they don't necessarily believe are so easy for them, they hold more limiting beliefs. Things like, I am not that person, I'm not worthy, I can't have that, it's not logical, it doesn't make sense, only other people always get that, it's not me. So when you have a lot of resistance, it usually takes more imprinting, more reprogramming of your mind, more staying in new beliefs than with things that you don't hold any resistance, either because you don't have a lot of interest in it, it doesn't matter to you so much, or because you already have an idea and a belief of it's easy to get that. So I want to share a success story from one of my clients who just created basically 80K, we're speaking euros, out of nothing. So he already had money, that's fine. He's kind of successful when it comes to money. And he started, when we started working together, he started working on his I am state, and he uses affirmations. There are many different ways how to do that. I will teach you certain ones here on the channel. Some people don't use any techniques because they don't need them. They just think about something once. They have such a deep understanding of I am source. I am the creator of everything in my experience. They just have to decide, and it's happening for them. For most of my clients, they need a little bit more programming and reprogramming from the old programming that they received as like in their childhood. My clients usually come from emotional, abusive, even sometimes physical abusive childhoods, a lot of neglect, narcissism, all of these things, having to take on like childhood, like parent roles early on. So there is heavy programming happening or has happened for them in childhood. So it takes us a little bit energy and time to really resolve that. And not always time, it depends. It just takes focus and understanding like, oh, what have I been thinking, and how do I have to change that now? So when it comes to that client and to money, we started a money routine about whatever. I think he was saying like, I'm fucking rich. I'm always like, I'm super fucking rich. He had like a few sentences that were really his language and really resonated for him, and he would just remind himself of that like in the morning for 10 minutes. He would go into like a mini rant and repeat these statements over and over again, and already like closing his eyes, visualizing that, feeling into money being there in an overflow. And guess what? I think he kept doing that for 1 month, something like that. And out of nowhere, he got an email, I think, from his mother that his grandmother, who had passed away, had left him money. The thing is, this happened after a few years that his mother had already passed, his grandmother, and everything with the heritage had already been solved. Like everything had been done. There was nothing there, like nothing more there. So this came out of nowhere, and they basically just found a few booklets in places where they always looked. It wasn't that they had found a house from the grandmother and found like, you know, some kind of desk where they never had looked. No, it was almost in plain sight. And they found like these little booklets, like these old things that you had before, where you had like your accounts written down in paper before the internet, so to say. And yeah, it was several accounts, and it was a high 5-figure sum. It was, I think, about 80K, a little bit more than 80K. So from one day to the other, he was 80K richer. The interesting part here is the path of least resistance. Like, first of all, that's amazing. And my clients do that. My clients also get like grants, 100K grants that they don't have to pay back. They get raises at work when the whole economy says like, we have to cut down on costs. The whole company is like cutting down cutting down costs. My clients get raises. My clients get salaries, or not salaries, but like a premium, like paid, and it's paid double. They say like, oh, you get this amount, and then they go in there and they say like, oh no, you get double. So this happens to my clients. I'm already quite familiar with that. This was actually a cool story because it really happened out of nowhere, and it was directly related to the work he had been doing for 1-2 months before. And it happened in a way that was kind of natural to him. He already experienced in his life that he would receive money from family. So it was not a lot of resistance against this path bringing him money. Certain other things like receiving money through clients who pay him a lot is not what was his path of least resistance. So he has amazing clients he works with, and he has achieved to charge them a certain amount, and he's now working on increasing that number that he charges. And that was not like, there was a lot of resistance due to his past years in business. He had held a lot of resistance in form of beliefs, negative beliefs of how easy it is to make money, how easy it is to make high paying clients, and so on. A lot of like, that is resistance, a lot of negative programming inside of him that kept him from making the 8K in 1 month just through clients. It came through a path that made sense to him, that he was already familiar with, and of course the money came that way. My example, I bring in a lot of money through my business. I never brought in money through inheritance, for example, even though I have a rich family background. Not my parents, but all the rest of the family. There are a lot of like even millionaires. There is a lot of money around. And for me, I'm not sharing too much here right now, there is a deep programming and understanding of money doesn't come from family. Because my father already said, due to different circumstances, he would have received an inheritance, and he said like, no, I'm not taking it. And then there was different programming. I think I shared that I grew up in a religious cult, through us having to give all our money to the cult, not taking it for our personal life. So for me, receiving money through family is programmed into like, this is not possible. This is not how it's happening, even though there would be money. So it's, for me, it's not the reason that there is no money. But in my mind, it doesn't happen that way. Guess what? I never bring in money through inheritances or just anything like that. I bring in money through my business. That's the path of least resistance at the moment for me. The nice thing is that obviously we can change that. I just wanted to make clear to you how that works. And you can look at relationships as well. Like, what kind of partners do you bring in? Like, with who is your partner? How is the relationship area for working for you at the moment? Many people have the experience that it's so easy for them to have people following them and being interested in them that they are not interested in. Yeah, they don't hold resistance against these people. And then they explain to me, like, it's so difficult to bring in and be with the person they really like. The people they really like never like them back. That's the same principle. And we can change that. We can work on your resistance. We can lessen the resistance, and we can build up beliefs and assumptions about who you are and who the other people are and how they show up in your life. And through that, we can shift your perception of your reality, and with that, lessen the resistance. So there are other ways how things can come into your reality, and other people as well, for example. And this story shows it so beautifully. And the path of least resistance is not something that you have no power over. This is a little bit in the law of attraction community that people say, like, whatever, like, let the universe decide. No, the universe is you. You are source. There is nothing out there. It's all you. It's all coming from you, is projected outwards. So it's not the other people. It's not someone out there. It's you. And it's not coming like the perfect thing, and the path of the least unfolding is not something woo-woo spiritual. It's something that is actually very logically to understand. It makes a lot of sense. And once you understand that, you can see what is the path of least resistance in my life for certain things, for friendships, relationships, business, money, career, traveling. For everything, you will see what comes easy to you, and you will see, or health, fitness, body. You can see what comes easily to you. You can see what is difficult for you. And then you will see the path of least resistance, and you can make changes. You can say, okay, actually, I now do want to have money come through my business. I actually now do want people that before were never interested in me, be interested in me. You can change that. So even if law of attraction has this, or like certain spiritual communities have this path of least resistance as something that's out there, and it's just showing up in my life in some strange form. No, you can look at your life, you will know what the path of least resistance is, and then you can work on opening up the channel so that you have less resistance and less resistance in general in all areas of your life. And that then is just so much more fun, because like you open yourself up to miracles, because things can happen anyway now, because you don't hold resistance anymore. And this is what I'm working on with my clients, and hopefully you as well here, just through watching my content, that you understand the power that you hold, that you understand that you can make changes and shifts in your reality from now on, that you do hold the power, and that you have the power in the now moment. You don't have to wait for the future. It's a change you can make instantly now. You can declare, I'm the person who has this successful business. You can declare, I'm the person my partner is madly in love with. You can declare, people just admire and appreciate me and tell me how amazing I am every day. You can declare this now, and you can step into that identity now. And then there will be some time usually for people where it starts unfolding in your physical reality, so to say. And there will be a different video where I will speak about how to make that process the easiest way possible for you, that you hold the energy and that you stay in the decision and stay loyal to that decision of who you are now, while your physical environment changes and brings and starts mirroring back that new assumption, that new I am identity to you. But for now, path of least resistance, for my client, it came in form of an inheritance out of nowhere. It just basically was created in an instant, so to say. It just showed up, and the money came that way. And we are obviously working on bringing the same amount of money or more through his business now as well. And so many examples. So check in with yourself. What comes easy to you? Where do you hold more resistance, more limiting beliefs, more focus on the old story, and then start working on shifting that. Thank you for watching. Again, subscribe, comment, leave a comment here, either of what you liked or also your experiences of Path of Least Resistance. How did you create money? How did you create amazing relationships? And if you have questions, if there are some things that you want me to address in future videos, please do that, and I'll take it obviously into consideration, and will perhaps make a video on that topic as well. I would say thank you so much for watching again, and until the next video.